Hey guys, how you going? Welcome to Hold the Ball, HCB. Hope you guys are well. Hope everything is good. Thanks again for tuning in, no matter where you are, whether that be New Zealand, Australia, North America, Europe. Thanks again for tuning in. Look, before I start, don't forget to just like, share, and subscribe, and tell me guys what you think. Please engage as well, I'd appreciate it. 49 subscribers. Hopefully I can hit that 50 mark before the end of the weekend, so let's do it. Thanks again for contributing. This is the 5th edition of Rugby League Broadcasting News, where I give you guys news from NRL, CRL, NARL, and USARL, and I just tell you guys my thoughts and opinions on it. This is going to be a main focus on the NRL solely, with my thoughts on the NARL and USARL coming up, and we'll dive into sort of that one there. The next video, I'll be able to finally get into it, so please tune in for that one there. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. So the first piece of news is Te Pai Moeroa signs with the Storm for the remainder of the season. He used to play for the Eels and he played a bit of union, but now he's back where he belongs. Only 25 years of age too, so in the rugby league term, he's not young, he's not old. He's sort of probably hitting his strides, but obviously coming into a new different game to what he was used to when he left a few years ago. Te Pai Moeroa has played lock, second row and prop, but at the Eels he was a very good competitive player and had a big future ahead of him. So let's see what happens here, but probably Storm's a good club for him to go, so let's see. Second piece of news is the Broncos are very interested in the signing of Matt Duffy. Well, the Broncos and the Raiders are. Both clubs are looking at him and are very high on him. We just got to see what happens there. But look, a player of Duffy's caliber probably suits both teams. However, the only issue though is where do Raiders put Chance, Nicole, Kulstad? Where does he go? So if he's going to be put in the centre, that probably destroys everything that Cenac has tried to do to get into that spot. He's a preferred fullback. He's a fullback player. So where does that take him? And as for the Broncos, well, it just means that Isako probably moves in the wings next year, especially when I don't think he'll play again this year. We'll see what happens, but with Coates leaving to the Storm, sort of opens that up. Duffy will provide a good attack for both teams who definitely need it. So yeah, good news there, but we'll see where he lands at the end of the day. Third piece of news is the Knights say no to Matt Lodge. Matt Lodge and the Knights were conversing with each other. I think there was about to be a deal made, but things have gone backwards for Lodge, with the Knights declining the player. Look, in terms of publicity and I guess the public sort of respect you probably get from your fans, probably not a move you want to do. It is what it is. So for Matt Lodge, we'll see what happens. Could probably turn into a real cheap buy. In Origin news, Munster has only been fined for his kick on Liam Martin. Now, my opinion here, I get it was just a lazy kick. There was nothing in it. However, that is still a kick. In NRL, that's probably a bin, that's probably a send-off. In the Origin arena, it's just a fine. What annoys me though as a fan of the Origin is that the only reason why it's, I guess, a good spectacle is the rules seem to be almost thrown out the window. Now with PVL having such a strong stance, that his higher-ups tell him to rein it in a bit for the Origin series, because it looks like that, and if that is the case, then that's a clear double standard, and the refs have been told one thing and doing another, and for the game overall, it's not a good look. That's what I think anyway. But Munster only gets a fine, so there you go. I reckon if it was an NRL, like I said, he probably doesn't get one. You're probably looking at a 10-minute bin, or probably a few weeks off. So anyway, now other Origin news, Cleary has only been reported to have lacerations on his face, so nothing serious, no fractures. So Nathan Cleary should be fine for game 2. In other news as well, Bunty R4, as I've stated before in my previous videos, go have a look at it, has re-signed with the Warriors again for the end of 2024. A lot of people like him. He's a fan favorite. He's an awesome player, and for me personally, I'm happy with that. I'm pleased with it. So there you go. And last bit of news as well, relating to the Warriors, is Adam Fanor-Blake has a fitness test to determine whether he will play for the Storm this week. And last bit of NRL news, Brett Morris, as we all know, has announced his retirement. Look, a player who has won back-to-back Origins, back-to-back premierships, 3-time premiership winner. What more can you ask for? I think he's had a very fulfilling career, and obviously it probably wasn't the best way to go out, but in terms of what he's done already, he can hang his hat high and, you know, go and fly off and do whatever he pleases. He's done it all in the game, so good on you. Rugby league can be cruel sometimes, such as the game that we all love, but that's the way it goes. So I've just got 1 to 2 talking points as well, just before we head off. First one, do you think Origin is the pinnacle of rugby league? And if so, how do you make of yesterday's game? And how do you make that some of the players would probably rather play for their own nation of heritage than Australia? And if, say, for example, Australia don't win the Rugby World Cup, is it still the pinnacle? Me being a Kiwis fan, I'm always going to think that personally, International Rugby League is the pinnacle. And especially when you have Australia losing to New Zealand and Tonga consecutive years, what happens there? Tell me what your thoughts are around that, and I would like to hear that. I'm going to make some videos as well, more deeper that I relate to that, but this is just more like a kickoff, so to speak. And the last little point as well, do the rules really matter in Origin, or is it just all hearsay? For example, as I noted before, some players and instances happened where players were just sort of given a warning, if anything like that. If anything, I believe Fotueka was the only player who has been suspended for 1 game. However, there are different incidences in the game from both teams in which probably deserved more than just a talking to or even a report. Probably could have been 10 for some players during those times. But is Origin, do the rules just sort of get thrown out because it is, you know, I guess according to some Australians, the biggest game of them all? But yeah, tell me what you guys think. Probably going into some controversial waters there, but again, take it easy, and thanks again for watching. But just remember as well, massive week of NRL ahead of us. Gonna be some good games, looking forward to it. But again, thanks again for watching, guys, and look, stay tuned for my next couple of videos. They're coming in hot. I'm just gonna be making more content, and look, thanks again for watching. Take it easy, and just remember, hold the ball. See you guys later.